And this is Ken Kreitzer at the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade Volunteers Luncheon at Anton's. And I have a chance to talk with Carla Chadwick, who is the Special Assistant to the Chairman of the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade. But that title really doesn't do justice. You're out there all day on Parade Day taking care of anything that comes up on the route of the parade on Fifth Avenue. Carla, just tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're involved with on the parade.
Well, I guess, you said on Parade Day I run around a lot, but the joke is that generally John gets us started on the next year's parade on March 19th. He's very gracious and lets us have March 18th off to relax, and then we start planning the next year. And so, my off kind of parade time is spent pretty much getting a lot of our military bands up from Washington, D.C. It's an area that's very near and dear to my heart. My dad was a World War II Army Air Corps veteran, so it's an incredible honor to see our armed forces represented in the parade. And so I spend a good part of the year nurturing that relationship. The other thing I do is just help John in the preparations, getting everything organized, doing all the events. Pretty much anything he picks up the phone and says to do, I try to get done. I work on our website. We just redid the website over the past year. And then on Parade Day, I work in the reviewing stands, getting our VIPs seated, getting everybody kind of settled in. And then once that's all done, I'm in a golf cart running up and down the avenue, making sure everything kind of goes smoothly.
Absolutely. We saw you on Parade Day going up and down Fifth Avenue, taking care of all the different things that come up during the course of the day. Now, Carla, you mentioned to me a very special reason why you appreciate working on the parade, part of your family heritage. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I have the distinction of probably being the only Jewish person on the St. Patrick's Day Parade and have actually no Irish in me. And so people are always asking me, well, why is this important? Why would you be part of this? And I tell them, I have come from families that fled countries because of religious persecution. And they literally came to this country with no food, no money, the shirts on their back, and had to start over again. And by the grace of God, all of my family members really prospered in this country. And one of the things that we grew up appreciating is the fundamental freedoms that this country has. And one of them is religious freedom and the freedom to celebrate your heritage and to celebrate who you are. And this parade represents that. This parade is so exemplary of what makes this country so great and what makes our Constitution so great. So it gives me a lot of pride to work on this because I think it celebrates the very things that immigrants come to this country for. And whether you're Irish or Jewish or Italian or whatever circumstances brought you to this country, when you're on Fifth Avenue watching that parade, it shows what a great country we are and that we have this great set of freedoms, including that religious freedom, which I cherish. And I don't think you have to be Catholic to appreciate that particular part of what that parade is about. So that's for me why I do it. And totally not Irish, but I feel very Irish now by 12 years of tradition.
Oh, it's so important, and certainly I feel the same about my family's heritage, being third-generation Irish, and how much my mother appreciated the parade and the welcoming her parents got when they came from Ireland. Now, Carla, tell us a little bit about what are some of the special moments for you this past year. What was your special moments of the 2014 parade?
Well, I think, for me, there was a lot of issues with the government finding the funding to get the military up to New York. So there were a lot of moments where we thought that we weren't going to get the funding and we weren't going to have these really prestigious units come up the avenue. And, it was remarkable. They got their funding. They really wanted to be there. And it was just happenstance that I happened to be right in front of the reviewing stand when they stopped to perform for the Grand Marshal and the aides. And it was just an incredible performance. And I was standing right there in front of it. And I kind of felt like, it finally worked, all my hard work. I think that was part of it. I think being introduced to the Taoiseach, the Prime Minister of Ireland, it was quite an honor. I was pulled out by Honora Kilkenny, who I think sees how much I work and see that there aren't that many women on the committee. And so I was introduced as one of the few women on the committee who works all year round. So that was an honor.
And I know you have a very important position year-round with a very notable New York City organization.
I'm the director of digital fundraising at Covenant House, which is the largest provider of shelter for homeless youth in the United States, Canada, and Latin America. And, talk about a privilege, to be able to go to work every day and love your job and really just do something that you're proud of and that helps these kids off the streets.
Okay, Carla Chadwick, any special thoughts for bigger and better next year?
Well, I think it's definitely going to be bigger and better. I think it's going to be wonderful, and all I can say is just let it be warmer. That's about it. But other than that, everybody keep coming and keep appreciating what we have and supporting it. And, God bless America and our city and these great, great traditions.
Well, Carla Chadwick, you definitely have as part of your title everything else that needs to get done for John Dunleavy to make the parade day run so smoothly. Thank you so much for all that you do for the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you for all that you're doing. We appreciate it.
It's a great experience. This is Ken Kreitzer for the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade.